I don't know. I'm hoping that my headset is working. If not, I've watched a lot of videos. And oh, by the way, he's got some feathers at the back of his head, and he has a bird cage in the middle, and his legs move. Yeah. So I have a doll maker in my family, and this is one of her dolls. And yes, the price tag's the one. As she at some of the other people, there's always a dog or a cat or a child that shows up in the videos and they say, oh, yeah, that causes people to look. Well, this is Moses. And it's really interesting because Moses allows me to have my own personal um, something to hug on sometimes, you know. Uh, some you're on the side and let him sit. And I'm going to continue with my conversation. And welcome. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm Beverly Faust Jones, the Silver Fox of Consciousness, and I am an author, a speaker. I do seminars, I go out and talk information, and I just enjoy what I do. Part of the reason I am doing these things is to share the information with you so that you your life will move a little bit better than mine. When I was younger, I tell people that I did not know. I had heard about the law of attraction. I had heard about, um, you know, what goes around comes around, but I never thought there was a science behind it. And I found out that there was a science behind it. Well, let's put it this way. If it hadn't been for a friend of mine who made me read The Secret, I would never have started down this path. I would never have gone backwards in my life to figure out just what was going on in order to um, learn more about the law of attraction and how it really works. And then do experiments to test it. Yeah, do experiments to test it. In my Think and Grow Rich masterclass that I have up on Eventbrite, and it is a teleconference that we meet 10 weeks in a row. In the very beginning, before we even start the chapters, I have an experiment that everyone has to do in order to see if what they ask for will show up. And you say, what? Yeah. So there's a basic experiment we go through, and we're going to ask for something to show up, and we ask in a specific way in order for that to show up. And we ask that it shows up within 3 days, sometimes 48 hours, but most of the time within 3 days. And so most people have it happen, and then for those who do it, they say it didn't happen, and we start asking questions, or I start asking questions about what's happened in the last 3 days. Some form of what they actually asked for did show up. So this stuff works. Um, and so today, I want to talk about your personal universe. I started talking about a personal universe quite a while back. Um, and there's a book, um, there's a couple books, I got several books. Um, but it's a book about getting out of the money game. And And in there, he talks about who we are and what we do and what is our existence. And we have that. And then I have a book by Mrs. Shin, and it's called The Game of Life and How to Play It, which is one of those books I am going to make sure that my grandkids get to read. Like when they go, it's going to be a college present for them, because when I read that one, it was like, oh boy, my life would have been somewhat different had I had this book initially. Well, my life has been different since I've discovered this thing called, technically, the law of attraction. So, what I'd like you to do in the comments, tell me what your life has been like once you really started paying attention to the law of attraction. So I said, my girlfriend made me get the book, The Secret, and I was going to have it, wasn't going to do anything with it, but we had gone to lunch, and she just maybe we had gone to the store, got the book out, opened it up, and said, "Start reading." I'm going, "We're having lunch." She said, "Start reading. Tell me what you want to order. Just start reading." And my intention was to read until it got to, I'm having tea this morning instead of coffee. Um, Read it until I saw the words law of attraction, because I didn't really believe in it. And well, when I saw the words law of attraction, then that was it. Well, thank you so much for that thumbs up. I appreciate you. Um, and welcome. So yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, leave some comments, that kind of stuff. So let me get back on track because I've gotten off track. Um, and so I read this book, and when you think about your own life, you see things from your perspective, only your perspective. I don't care if you're at work or in a family situation or in a group, out and about, shopping. It is always from your perspective. There's a movie, and I'm trying to remember the name of it, and it's about perspective. And it was about in Italy and the shooting of a vice president and all the different angles from what people saw from different directions. It was interesting. In fact, I have it here. I bought the DVD, and I need to watch it for the umpteenth time, because it is teaching that everybody sees things different. You've seen or heard, a person will see an accident, people from different angles and different directions, and they see an accident, and they all have a slightly different story to tell, because we all have our own personal universe. It's only you, and everybody else around you is a player in your universe. Just think of the fact, or think of it as you've created all of these characters, and you go, well, let me put it this way. Depending on how you act or react, I didn't turn my phone off. Depending on how you act and react, they will act or react in a certain way. Depending on how you respond, then there is a response. Let's just say you're getting on the highway and you're on the on ramp. Nah, you're in the lane, already on the highway, and there's a car coming up the ramp. What do? Do you speed up so you can be in front of them? Or do you slow down just enough, not a lot, so that car can easily merge in? Depending on which way you do, makes a change or a shift in the universe. Your speeding up may cause something to happen. Your Slowing down and allowing that person to get in the lane is something else. That's just a very simple one. And I wrote a um, a blog entry, and it's in the manifestations book. But basically, you know, uh, where are you on the vine of manifestation? Does something that you do, or will something that you do, affect something that somebody else does, which affects somebody else, and so on? So think about what you say, think about what you do, think about how you react or how you respond. And basically, you want to respond. Now, in my other lives, I'll mention the fact that I had this program that was called 40 Days to Abundance. And each day, the person would receive a new email with the reading for the day. So I decided that for each of these lives, which are once a week, maybe I'd give you something that you could ponder on for the entire week. And so today I'm going to read day 3. So we got 37 more of these. So it'll take me all the way through to next year. Anyhow, so the reading of the day is this: my belief in the possibility of changing my life grows through the emerging demonstration of abundance in my personal universe. My personal universe is defined as the world as I see it each day. I'm going to read that sentence again. You know, I like to do that. My personal universe is defined as the world as I see it each day. Everything in my universe revolves around me, and not in an egotistical way. Everything that happens is about me and the way I see things through my filter of thoughts and beliefs. So I want you to think about that. As I talked about, how things are and how you act and how you react and what happens on that drive or how you act in a meeting. Just think about it. Everything that happens is about me and the way I see things through my filter of thoughts and beliefs. And we have a set of beliefs, we have a set of ideas. Our subconscious is filled with little things that we have fed it on beliefs about ourselves, the beliefs about our family, the beliefs about our neighbors or strangers. Everything is about me and the way I see things through my filter of thoughts and beliefs. And when we're dealing with other people, it is about them and the way they see things through their thoughts and their filters, right? And their beliefs. So here I go on with this day's lesson. By adjusting the thought, belief filters of my life, so by making adjustments, making changes, asking questions, so by adjusting the thought, the belief filters of my life, I will see change in my universe. By discovering and removing those beliefs that do not serve me, I will see a change in the circumstances within my personal universe. Today, I abolish the idea of lack in my life. I do not look to others for my supply. Today, I create a new, abundant, prosperous, and you can add whatever words you want to add to that. So there's a line for space. So today, I create new, abundant, prosperous living conditions or work conditions or businesses or whatever it is you want to do. And this is my universe with my benefactor. So last week we talked about your benefactor, and I talked about Big Daddy right? Or I talked about your sugar daddy. So who is your, you can say God, you can say the universe, you can say whatever your benefactor is. So let me read this final sentence again. Today I create a new, abundant, prosperous, and you name it, universe with my benefactor, and I'm going to say Big Daddy, as my source of supply and support. So hopefully you've learned a little bit today, and you've learned about your personal universe. And, you know, take some time, maybe. It's up to you. And, if you have a journal, write your ideas in the journal about your personal universe and how you see the world. What is the movie? The World According to Garp, I think it is. Never saw it, but you think about those kinds of things. Think about how you react and the people in your life. And let me give you another example. And that example is, and I think I've shared this before, the example of you've got a workplace that you may feel is toxic. Now, there's a couple things you can do. You can leave it. You can, find another job somewhere else, with a different group of people. Or you can work to change your attitude and your belief, and you start meditating on a calm, helpful, generous, cooperative. I'm just throwing out some adjectives out there. What do you want? Do you want a boss that listens to you, a manager, that listens to you and accepts your ideas? Start thinking of that boss as one who is open to ideas and who is open to change, who is open to hear you, who is open to your promotion, who is open to the wonderful ideas. Your spouse. My spouse is loving and kind and does things for me and takes out the trash or does the dishes or cooks wonderful meals or just start thinking. Now, it may not happen right away. It takes time because it takes time for you to change that, right? So I'll give you an example of changing what you think, right? So many, many years ago, my father was coming from the hospital. He had been in the hospital over a month. And I had arranged, we were going to bring him to live with us. And I had arranged to have a hospital bed brought in, or the doctor had arranged, and all that stuff. And I knew what room he was going to be in. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know which way you want to do it, is that my husband at the time was home and got the phone call because I hadn't had time to talk to him yet to say, here's what's happening. And he had gone upstairs in our spare bedroom that we use for my stepdaughter. And when she came to visit, and he was taking the bed out of there, and he broke a lamp that was in there that was an antique lamp. And I was really upset. But he was bringing that bed down into the other room. His excitement or his proactiveness was good. His intentions were good. But I reacted in, why didn't you wait? You know that bed wasn't good, and you broke that lamp. You know that's an antique lamp. That was, it was an antique lamp that was not inexpensive. And I was upset behind that. And then later, and I said, they're bringing a hospital bed. This bed won't work. And all of that. But it was later I apologized. I reacted based on, you brought this bed out, you broke the. Can you imagine, right? But I apologized later because he was being kind. He was being good. He was being thoughtful. He was excited. And, whose father is excited to have his father-in-law comes live with him? I know the key is about the mother-in-law, but, who's excited about having their in-law come to live with them? So he did that. And I had to apologize because I just saw the broken lamp. I didn't see the thoughtfulness in bringing that bed down. So, what has happened in your life that you look at and you go, I looked at it the wrong way? So, I hope you have a great day. Boy, I'm going to be short today. I'm not going 30 minutes. I did have a person tell me I need to cut my videos down to 10 minutes. Well, guys, there will be some that are 10 minutes. There'll be some that are 30 minutes. There'll be some that are 15 minutes, right? But it all depends on what I want to share with you. And I know that there are a lot of people who put videos out that are 1 and 2 minutes long, or and you know what that is about? It's about getting you to watch the whole thing. But if I'm giving you and sharing with you information that you can use in your life to change your life, to bring happiness into your life, to help you bring abundance into your life, for change in your life, then I'm going to take more than 10 minutes. If you like this, please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe. Share this if you know someone who could use this information, and you can have them skip forward, past my intro and my conversation about today and when I got into the real lesson. And I want to thank you for being here. I'm signing out. So this is Beverly Fells Jones, your silver fox of consciousness. And as you have believed, let it be done to you. And it is so.